Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is MegaShadowFist, and welcome to Past Hope Survival! Now, if you last recall, in the previous recording session, we went to the Nether, and, we fought off a few blaze, and basically, like, we gave a purpose to that house over there. It's now the, like, enchanting house, I suppose, and, we made some potions. So, actually, on this recording session, my plan is to finish up mapping out the rest of the, map, just cause, so we can have a 100% complete map, and so that, we're also going to tame an ocelot just because I've never done that before. So before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and make a fishing pole. I believe it is, 2 string and 3 sticks. That, I believe, is the perfect formula for the Lay Spatula 9000. Formula. Anyway, enough being stupid for today. Now, okay, it's noontime. What I wanted to do is actually go to sleep and then start off my mapping adventure with like a 100% like full day. But there's no point. This is gonna turn nighttime regardless, and I'm gonna have to spend at least, I predict that's probably gonna take 2 Minecraft days to map out what I have left of the map, probably. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take, but regardless, yeah. The vines haven't quite grown in all the way yet, but once they've grown in, this place is going, this nether portal thing is going to look really, really cool. And then, I might do some other stuff, like maybe I might, like, put some, like, nether brick around here to make it look more fancy, who knows. Oh yeah, that's right! I forgot about the shrines that I was making in the, that house over there, the underground guest house. Because like I said, I mentioned that I was going to make a shrine for the 4 elements. So, we already made the Shrine of Water, or the Shrine for Undini. And we have 3 other shrines, one for fire, one for earth, and one for air. Now, oh yeah, before I forget, I mentioned this in an episode of Red Dead, but I haven't mentioned it here yet. I've come up with a name for you guys, for you subscribers out there. Well, from the general reaction, from what I understand, is pretty indifferent towards it. So, it's not really like the coolest name in the world, which, is to be expected. I wasn't expecting people to be, like, blown away by this. I wasn't expecting anybody to be like, oh my god, that's the coolest name ever! Like, oh my god, yes, like, that's the coolest name. No, it's really not like that. In fact, so, the name for you guys that I have decided is the Elven Brotherhood. Yeah, that's right. You guys are now part of the Elven Brotherhood, and you can pat your backs now because you're no longer inferior beings. You're now elves, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it made sense. I mean, if you look at my Minecraft skin, I mean, without all the armor, I'm an elf. And then if you look at the channel banner, it's a dark elf from Skyrim. Or it's a Skyrim variant. I mean, dark elves aren't just from Skyrim, but it's a Skyrim variant of a dark elf. And it just made sense. So, that's what I'm going to call you guys. If, you hate it, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry that I'm no, pro at coming up with super awesome names. I'm just a normal individual who happens to play video games, I suppose. And, actually, one of you guys actually asked me a question. This comes from a... Okay, yes, I understand that, my Roxio media capture is using high CPU. Norton, you can fuck off now. Actually, I learned that you could actually turn off background tasks. Like, I could, like, cause, like, usually, like, I'd have the idle scan turned on for my Norton antivirus. So, like, randomly... Because for whatever reason, even though I'm recording my audio and gameplay, 2 different programs, the computer still counts this as being idle, so it'll do an idle scan while I'm recording. And so, as a result, I'd end up getting capturing glitches. Now, I've turned that off, the background scan, so, now, hopefully, any major capturing glitches won't happen anymore. Like, I did it with Red Dead, and there weren't any capturing glitches in the first 2 parts. Usually what happens is I get a capturing glitch during the second part of an episode. And the second episode already went... Has it gone live yet? No, it hasn't gone live yet, but it will go live soon. I recorded it already, and I'm a real stickler for getting, like, every last pixel for whatever reason. Alright, there we go. I got, like, the very last... The second episode didn't have any capturing glitches, so I think that fixed the problem. But I don't know if, like, any random pop-ups like, oh, this is using a lot of high CPU is going to cause any capturing glitches. So if it does, I'm sorry about that, but, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. So yeah. But yeah, anyways. One of you guys asked me a question. This came from a subscriber who comments quite frequently, and he's also a YouTuber himself, from... I believe he said he was from Romania. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry if I messed up, but, Stretch Gaming KS, asked, I'll be sure to... I'm probably going to actually put the comment, like, in the video if I remember to. Stretch Gaming KS asked, what the most recent movie that I watched, and, my opinion of it. Now, for those of you who haven't been following me on Twitter, which I imagine probably about, like, 80% of you guys probably don't follow me on Twitter. Which, you know, if you haven't, you really should. You should follow me on Twitter. Regardless, I've been going on a movie Rampage with Netflix. I recently got a free trial for Netflix. So I've been taking advantage of the instant stream. There's a lot of movies that you can... Netflix has a lot of movies, but, like, there's only a certain amount of movies that they actually have for, like, instant stream, which kind of sucks, but, you know, they still have their DVD service. In fact, tomorrow, which is Friday, which I guess would be today, because this is going to go up on Friday, the 28th, is going to go up on Friday the 28th, yeah, The Departed is going to come in the mail, so I'm going to watch that, and that should be interesting, but that'll be the first DVD that I got from Netflix. And once my free trial expires, I'm going to actually start being like an actual subscriber, because, you know, it's been really nice watching all the movies that I get the chance to watch. Recently, let's see, the most recent movie that I watched is, what did I watch yesterday? End of Watch, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. I'll get into that in a second, but I'm going to mention, like, the movies that I've watched in the past week or so. Let's see, so today is Thursday, I watched End of Watch the day before. Let's see, on Tuesday I watched The Breakfast Club, which is a movie from the 80s. A classic movie. It's very different, because, like, all the movies that I've pretty much been watching are, like, dark dramas, but The Breakfast Club is... I mean, it's kind of like a drama, coming-of-age, teen movie. It's rated R, by the way, so if you're not allowed to, like, watch R-rated movies for whatever, you might want to get your parents' permission to watch it. But, let's see, the most recent movies that I've watched... Oh, fuck! Spider, come on! The most recent movies that I've watched before that, let's see. Did I watch anything on Monday? Anything on Monday? I had to have. But what? I should probably eat, because my hunger is getting low. There's the NPC village. Okay, so I know where I am in relation to my actual house. But, see, where was I going? Let's see, Monday I had to watch something. I can't remember what I watched on Monday. It's all becoming a blur because I've been watching a movie pretty much every day, for the past whatever. But on Sunday I had a double feature. I watched, Pulp Fiction and, Reservoir Dogs, Quentin Tarantino's first 2 movies. Good movies. Reservoir Dogs was Quentin Tarantino's first movie. It came out in 1992, and, what is it? Pulp Fiction came out in 94. And then, let's see, Saturday was a double feature as well. I watched Zodiac first, and then, after that, I watched, Blue Valentine with Ryan Gosling. Yeah, that's, you know, I find it funny, every year, Walmart has, you know, they have, like, the Valentine's Day DVD/Blu-ray. This is like, oh, get a movie to watch this with your date, you know, for Valentine's Day. Blue Valentine is not a movie that you want to watch with your date, because if you watch it, you will seriously reevaluate your entire relationship, because it's basically about a couple who falls in and out of love, which is why it's called Blue Valentine, because it's relatively sad. And yeah, it's definitely not a date movie to watch. So I don't know why Walmart keeps doing it. I guess they want, I guess maybe let's get into like some Illuminati shit. Maybe like they do it because like if you get sad, you'll more than likely buy tissue and chocolate and they'll get more money, and maybe ice cream to drown out your sorrows. So that way they'll get more, whoa, Zamboni. That way they'll get more money. Yeah, that's probably why they do it, you know. Anyway, and then the day before that, on Friday, I watched There Will Be Blood. The day before that, I watched, I believe I watched American Psycho. And then the day before that, I watched Raging Bull with, you know, a boxing movie with, Robert De Niro. And then, I think before that, the most recent movie I watched was like the week before, which was, Only God Forgives with Ryan Gosling. A lot of people didn't like that movie for whatever reason. I can understand why. It's a very artsy style movie, and if you're not interested in, like, movies with, like, that aren't very clear and their storytelling, it's a very artsy allegorical movie, if you will. And there really isn't a lot of dialogue either. If you're not a big fan of that, or if you're not like a big fan of like, you know, movie making or like what goes on behind the scenes, you're going to hate the movie Only God Forgives. But I enjoyed it. There's actually a person on YouTube by the name of Chris Stuckman. He does videos. He does movie reviews. I'd recommend checking him out. He has about, I believe, 95,000 subs now. I always go to him whenever I want to like watch a movie review. I kind of wanted that creeper to blow up so it'd be easier for me to take out other people, because a zombie or something. Oh, a spider. All right, but yeah, I always like watch his reviews because like I find that like him and I have very similar taste in movies. So like pretty much like whatever his review is, like that's what I would give for like a review for a movie in general. I mean we do have our disagreements. I mean we aren't exactly like, we're not the same person. We do have different interests. But like it's fairly similar. But regardless, if you do take the chance to watch Only God Forgives, I fair warning, that's a very violent movie. Very violent. So, you know, if you're like really squeamish to like blood and shit, I recommend not watching it. But he actually did a video explaining the movie. I like that, like movies that make you like that make you like want to like Google like different people's explanations on you know, what's going on. Like American Psycho, the ending of the movie. American Psycho stars Reese Witherspoon and you know, Christian Bale. That movie, the ending of that movie made me like, I was just like, oh my god, I have to figure out like what other people think this ending really means. Regardless, the most I need to answer the question. The most recent movie that I watched was, as I said, End of Watch. I enjoyed it. It has Jake Gyllenhaal, who's a relatively big budget actor. I saw him in another movie like Zodiac on Saturday. So, and then he's going to be in another movie that I'm going to watch soon, I think. But regardless, yeah, Prisoners. I put Prisoners on my DVD queue for Netflix. Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. It's about, like, it came out in 2012, and it's filmed kind of like, you know, it's like, you know, like one of those movies, like, it's filmed with a camcorder, kind of like Chronicle, or, what's the other one? What's the other one? That one with the aliens that, like, attacked New York, I forgot what it's called. I'll probably put like a text thing there. But like it's not really like shaky cam like that Chronicle really wasn't shaky cam, but the other movie really was super shaky. This movie wasn't like that. It's about like two cops, you know, who survive in LA. You know, they're like regular blues officers and blues, just street cops. It's a really good movie. It's very violent. So if you're like really squeamish, I wouldn't recommend, because it can be really disturbing at times. And I'll finish the latter end of the question in the next video.